Usher went to stay with Puffy. Now that was a business decision right there, because I didn't know Puffy. I didn't know him.
And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really.
But how dare you say a man that you gonna give him a pass?
I ain't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
If there's one action Usher's mom should regret, it's allowing Usher to reside with Diddy when he did, as Usher will forever be linked to tales involving Diddy. Did you know that after Janetta discovered what was occurring with Usher at the Flavor Camp and his hospitalization due to Diddy, she contemplated legal action? Brace yourselves, as it's quite messy. So, Usher recently found himself embroiled in more controversy this time because he was indirectly implicated in the recent lawsuit against Diddy by Lil Rod. For context, NBC News reported that Diddy had been named in a new SA lawsuit filed by Rodney Lil Rod Madeet Jones, a producer on Diddy's album The Love Album, Off the Grid. The suit also named Diddy's son, Justin Combs, Chief of Staff Christina Coram, Universal Music Group CEO Sir Lucian Grange, and former Motown Records CEO Ethiopia Habtemariam as defendants for either aiding Diddy or failing to address complaints about his behavior. However, as news of the suit spread, some other names mentioned in the suit piqued music fans' interest. One of those names was Usher's. Usher is not named as a defendant in the suit. However, a redacted excerpt caught the attention of gossip blogger DJ Academics, who used the provided footnotes to extrapolate the identities of the redacted names. Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in intercourse with rapper, redacted, R&B singer, redacted, and Stevie J, it read. The footnotes provided background info for anyone involved who might need context for the redacted names. 5 was described as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, which could only be Meek Mill, while 6 performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. That sure sounds like Usher, right? Now, it's important to remember that unless these assertions are corroborated, they should probably be taken with a massive grain of salt. Actually, just throw the whole salt shaker in there. Celebrity lawsuits are often filled with lurid details to bait headlines that plaintiffs' lawyers hope will prompt quick settlements to avoid lengthy trials and more embarrassing headlines. Anyway, with Usher's name surfacing again, it seems he's not the only one displeased. Sources claim his mom also seeks to clarify matters regarding Diddy, alleging his involvement in Usher's hospitalization and her contemplation of suing him. Even prior to this, questions lingered about whether Usher's mom was aware of the situation. Considering the numerous reports circulating back then, it's understandable why some might speculate about her complicity. Did she never come across any of these reports or receive any warnings? Usher's mom previously commented on Diddy when asked about leaving Usher in his care, asserting she had conducted thorough research and deemed it the right decision. Admitting she didn't know much about Diddy when Usher was signed to Bad Boy Records, she entrusted him as a mentor, leading Usher to relocate to New York to stay with Diddy. She recounted that when Usher hit puberty, his voice changed and record labels lost interest in him. Diddy, present when the record label considered dropping Usher, offered to take him under his wing, urging Usher's mom to trust him. She did, only for allegations of Diddy exploiting Usher to surface. Sources even suggest Diddy influenced Usher's decisions, albeit against his will. Tales about Usher's past have also emerged since his days at the Flavor Camp. For instance, there was a time when he went to a gay club after some Broadway shows, and according to someone who also went to the club, everyone was in Usher's dressing room drinking champagne when someone came up with the idea that they should go to a club. That's when the source claimed the group went to a popular gay nightclub, saying, "We weren't looking for a gay club. It just happened. I mean, most of us were gay, so we just went to a place we knew." The source then said there were half-naked men everywhere, and Usher didn't seem to mind, adding, "Usher was talking all up in this guy's face. I thought the two of them were going to start kissing. At first, I couldn't believe my eyes, but then I thought, this is Chelsea, so anything goes." About 20 minutes after we got there, a crowd started to form around Usher, and we decided that it was time to leave. We all had a lot of fun, though. In any case, when you talk about Usher, there's this big deal about him supposedly giving some people an STD. Yeah, there are these folks, Quantasia Sharpton, plus a couple of other people, who sued him, saying he didn't tell them he had an STD, and they got it from him. Sharpton said she had contact with Usher at a hotel when she was 19 years old, and that he never warned her about the STD. She said she never would have consented had she known, and said she never heard from the singer again. "I feel that my rights were violated," said Sharpton. situation. I'm speaking out today on behalf of myself and others, some of whom are positive and embarrassed to speak out publicly. I am doing this so he does not do this to anyone else. Ultimately, she tested negative for herpes. Although I am negative, I was upset by the reports and I would have never consented had I known, Sharpton said. One guy said he hung out with Usher at a spa in LA and caught it from him there. These lawsuits were hushed up real quick, and there's talk that Usher paid a cool $1 million to make them go away. Some folks even say it's the same STD that landed Usher in the hospital, and supposedly Diddy was somehow involved in that mess. There's a whole thing about Usher's mom getting involved too. Apparently, she found out about Usher's hospital stint and wanted to sue Diddy over it. People are asking why this is all coming out now, especially since Usher's been dragged into yet another lawsuit. Looking back, it seems like Usher's family didn't have a clue about what was going on in his life. Usher himself said his parents were totally clueless about what was happening when he was hanging out at some camp run by Puffy. There are even stories about Usher's mom going head-to-head with Diddy when she found out about the stuff happening with her son. So what really went down with these lawsuits? Did Usher's mom get paid off or threatened? And why is all this drama popping up again now that Usher's in the spotlight with another lawsuit? Is it that she finally feels compelled to say what happened? Or is she no longer afraid of Diddy because he does not have the power he had all those years ago? Well, in light of the lawsuit Lil Rod filed, Gene Deal has confirmed that there was indeed a situation that ended up with Usher in the hospital.
Puff and Usher did have a situation, and that situation led Usher to the hospital.
Gene also insisted that Usher had no right to defend Diddy after what he had him go through.
Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right.
For context, back in the day, Usher was signed to LaFaze Records when he was just a young guy with a baby face. And guess who took him under his wing? Yep, P. Diddy. Sounds like a dream come true, doesn't it? Well, surprise, surprise. Turns out there might have been more to their relationship than just mentorship. Diddy spilled the beans in a cringe-worthy interview with Kevin Hart, mentioning how he and Usher used to wake up in the same bed. Yeah, pretty awkward, right? It seems like these two mentors and mentee got pretty close. Word has it that Usher tagged along with P. Diddy to New York City when he was just 14. And let's just say, some interesting stuff went down in Diddy's crib. Now, we're not entirely sure what kind of mentoring was going on, but it definitely wasn't just about making hit records. There's even this video of Usher and Diddy floating around the internet. And trust us, you'll want to see it for yourself.
Take your time with it. Breathe it in. Yeah, they yours when you go see this for you. This ain't for nobody else but you. You take that time, boy.
That's merely Diddy getting Usher fired up for his upcoming show. What he has to say after that is telling.
Fly ass motherfucker doing, baby. You in the kitchen eating all my cereal.
Usher has remained relatively silent regarding the events of his time spent learning from Diddy, despite widespread suspicion. Usher gave us a taste of what we've been yearning for during a spicy chat with the one and only Howard Stern.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Even though he didn't reveal everything, Usher gave a lot of hints about how close he and Diddy were. Let's just say there was a lot of mentoring going on, and it wasn't limited to the realm of music. Usher's mother apparently didn't find out about the kid drinking champagne in the VIP with Diddy until after his album came out. And can you figure out which kid it was? Yes, the one and only Usher. The thing is, Usher hasn't really come out and spilled the tea about what happened between him and Diddy. However, he did reveal that he witnessed some dubious activities at Diddy's house. Usher also hinted at his history with Diddy and his admiration for him when on the cover of Essence magazine. Something that you should know about me is that I'm a businessman before I'm anything else, Usher revealed. Look at the capabilities of Martha Stewart or Russell Simmons or Sean Puffy Combs or even 50 Cent with G-Unit. Look at what they did with their licensing. This is my opportunity to do the same. Clothing and shoes are kind of the standard nowadays, so I'm trying to figure out how I can come at it from a different angle. Watches, clothes, perfume, cologne, facial, and acne products. There are so many possibilities. The interview was going well until Howard Stern brought up the obvious topic of Usher's time spent in Diddy's house. When that happened, things started to get exciting. Despite all the talk, Usher has gone radio silent on his history with Diddy. The normally chatty Usher was as quiet as a Hollywood actress on the red carpet. In his words, "I want to save some for my book one day," he said. "I'll put it this way, there was a lot of S." Although I implied that Usher's mother might have known something was up, it seems that she was in the dark about everything until Usher was old enough to understand. The musician claims that his parents had no idea what was happening during the time he was staying with Diddy. They wouldn't sit back and let Diddy get away with it, though. Mary J. Blige revealed that Usher's mom plotted revenge against Diddy. She would not stand for his treatment of her son. I hate to be the one to deliver the bad news, but Diddy's under-the-table activities go far further than what has previously been revealed. There were rumors that Kim Porter's former stylist was planning to release a tell-all book about Diddy in November of 2022. Diddy allegedly slept with several different men, as claimed by his stylist. However, that is not the most unbelievable part. According to Usher's stylist, Usher's mom confronted Diddy about his alleged relationship with her son. Worse yet, there is talk of a highly incriminating video. Yes, Kim Porter allegedly filmed Usher and Diddy making out, as reported. But before we get too carried away, we should note that Kim passed away under suspicious circumstances. 2 laptop computers, one of which allegedly contained the footage, were taken during a break-in at her home. Diddy's rumored undercover antics appear to be shrouded in mystery and a cloud of smoke, and there appears to be a lot of rumor and speculation about Diddy's nefarious activities. Let's not forget that Orlando Brown let a lot of significant tea out regarding Diddy's supposed private life.
Yo, Diddy, you gave me the ooskash koosmash. You gave me the ooskash muaf, the smooshmash. Diddy. Yeah, son.
It was reported by the ex-Disney star that Diddy had been smashing him and other young men. And Orlando isn't the only one making these assertions. Diddy's S-orientation has been the subject of speculation for a long time. In addition, Jaguar Wright has shared some startling information of her own. Jaguar claims to have a legal acquaintance who witnessed Diddy and Christopher Williams engaging in fellatio. The door wasn't even locked either. The attorney entered the room to find Christopher Williams kneeling and doing his thing, while Diddy sat back and enjoyed the ride. That strikes me as extremely scandalous conduct. Maybe you don't. And it becomes even more unsettling from here on out. And what's more, Jaguar claims that nobody even bothered to stop when the attorney entered. Though many may be skeptical of Jaguar's account, Diddy's former bodyguard has corroborated her story. Well, it seems Diddy definitely has a thing for younger guys. You see, back in the day, when Justin was just a fresh-faced 15-year-old with a budding music career, he spent a mysterious 48 hours with Diddy, and he documented it all in a bizarre YouTube video that's recently resurfaced. But what was the point of this 2-day stint? Some people are speculating that it wasn't just a harmless hangout sesh, and there might be something more sinister behind it. I mean, come on, what could they have been doing for 2 whole days? And the fact that Diddy can be seen making some shady promises to Justin in the video, like gifting him a fancy car on his 16th birthday, is seriously raising some eyebrows. What's more, Diddy can be seen licking his lips when he learns about Justin's age. Talk about creepy.
Keys is yours. You know, you get 16. You good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
To make matters worse, Diddy is 25 years older than Justin, which means he was 40 when this video was filmed. At the time, young Bieber probably didn't know what was happening, but as he got older, he started distancing himself from Diddy. Well, Diddy might have noticed this since in another video, he is seen questioning Justin about why he doesn't want to hang out anymore, and Justin looks visibly nervous in his presence.
And act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners.
Seeing Justin getting so rattled over the encounter only gives us more reason to speculate that Diddy actually did something to the poor boy. Kim Porter's sister also confirmed in an interview that Diddy actually messed with a young Justin. According to her, there's more to Diddy's glamorous facade than meets the eye. She claimed that he engaged in unspeakable acts with young and impressionable artists. The interview took a dramatic twist when Tamia revealed that Diddy had allegedly silenced Kim in the past. Why, you ask? Well, it turns out that Kim had reportedly threatened to expose Diddy's deep, dark secrets in a tell-all book that would have undoubtedly sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Could this be the reason behind Diddy's alleged efforts to keep her quiet? The revelations didn't stop there. The sister then went on to drop a bombshell, suggesting that Diddy might have had a hand in the untimely deaths of 2 iconic rap legends, Tupac Shakur and Notorious Big. Whether it's conspiracy theories or shocking truths, this claim certainly adds an extra layer of mystery and intrigue to the already tangled web of allegations. And now let's talk about the juicy details involving none other than Justin Bieber. Tamia didn't mince her words as she delved into the dark side of the entertainment world. She alleged that Diddy had allegedly committed acts that are beyond words, acts that reportedly involved the young and impressionable Justin Bieber. If that wasn't enough, the sister claimed that Diddy had allegedly taken advantage of Bieber's innocence, even going so far as to allege that Diddy was responsible for taking Justin's V card.
So P. Diddy broke Justin Bieber's virginity.
Yes, absolutely.
Anyway, as far as Usher is concerned, maybe he will one day speak his truth about what really happened when he was at the Flavor Camp. He already said during his interview with Howard Stern that the things he saw were out of this world, and that as an adult, he would never allow his child to go to that camp. He has also said that when the time is right, he will include the details in a book someday. So maybe he just needs a little more time and a little more grace. But some folks think Usher's keeping quiet about his time at the Flavor Camp because he was actually in on everything, all part of his plan to make it big in the music biz. You see, Usher Raymond Fofor entered the world on October 14, 1978 in Dallas, Texas. His parents, Jonetta Patton from Tennessee and Usher Raymond III, shaped his early years. After his father's departure when he was just a year old, Usher grew up under the guidance of his mother, alongside his stepfather and half-brother, James Lackey. At the tender age of 9, Usher's talent was first noticed in the local church youth choir in Chattanooga, Tennessee, thanks to his grandmother's keen ear. But it wasn't until he joined a singing group that the possibility of a professional career emerged. Seeking broader horizons, the family uprooted to Atlanta, Georgia, where Usher enrolled at North Springs High School. Career-wise, Usher's journey began in the late 1980s. By the time he was 10, he had joined an R&B quintet named The New Beginnings, and despite a rocky start, he recorded several songs with the group. However, Usher's mother eventually pulled him out due to what she deemed a negative experience. Nevertheless, his musical aspirations persisted. At age 13, Usher's path took a pivotal turn when he encountered AJ Alexander at a local talent show. Alexander, Bobby Brown's former bodyguard, recognized Usher's potential and introduced him to Bryant Reed from LaFace Records. A star-making audition followed, leading to Usher's signing with the label. Usher's introduction to the public came through Call Me a Mac, featured on the soundtrack of the 1993 film Poetic Justice. Yet it was his encounter with L.A. Reid and his rendition of Boyz II Men's End of the Road that secured his place in the music industry. Usher's mother took on the role of managing his burgeoning career. However, Usher faced challenges as he approached adulthood. Puberty took a toll on his voice, leading to doubts from L.A. Reid about his future. In a bold move, Reid sent Usher to New York to learn the ropes under the guidance of Puff Daddy at what was dubbed Flavor Camp. Usher quickly adapted to the lavish lifestyle of Puff Daddy, although he described this period as the hardest days of his life in an interview with Rolling Stone. "I had to knuckle up, figure things out in New York," he said. On August 30th, 1994, LaFace released Usher's self-titled debut album with co-executive production by Sean P. Diddy Combs. Usher peaked at number 25 on the Billboard Top R&B/Hip-Hop Albums chart and featured 3 singles: Can You Get With It, Think of You, and The Many Ways. The album has sold over 500,000 copies to date. The album faced backlash due to its mature themes, considering Usher was only 15 years old at the time. LaFace initially had reservations about signing Usher due to the album's perceived lack of success. Usher's mother took control of his career during this time, increasing his exposure through talent shows in the summer of 1995, which built a larger fan base and boosted L.A. Reid's confidence in Usher. Following this, Usher's career seemed to have finally taken off, with his mother taking a more active role in his management and his increased exposure through talent shows. Usher began to gain traction in the music industry. In 1997, Usher released his sophomore album, My Way, which catapulted him to mainstream success. The album featured hit singles like You Make Me Wanna and Nice and Slow, solidifying Usher's status as an R&B superstar. My Way went on to sell over 6 million copies worldwide and earned Usher his first Grammy Award nomination. With the release of his third album, 8701, in 2001, Usher solidified his status as one of the biggest names in music. The album featured chart-topping singles like You Remind Me and You Got It Bad, further establishing Usher as a dominant force in the R&B genre. But it was Usher's fourth studio album, Confessions, released in 2004, that cemented his place in music history. The album became one of the best-selling R&B records of all time, spawning hit singles such as Yeah and Burn. Confessions earned Usher numerous awards, including 3 Grammy Awards, and solidified his reputation as one of the most successful artists of his generation. Anyway, as for Usher's mother, as much as it has been reported that she's livid about Usher's name being brought up again, there are still questions about what role she played in Usher being taken advantage of by Diddy. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.